Okay, guys, can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yep, awesome. So welcome to the call. I'm so mindful of your time, so I'm just going to rush straight into this. I know that you're all probably busy. I've chucked my kids in the bed so I can come and talk to you all here tonight. So what you're going to hear tonight on the call is my story. Who am I? You're going to hear a little bit about Australia and their current health crisis. You're going to understand why we need to cleanse, why we use ISAGENIX, who is ISAGENIX, the basics of ISAGENIX. You're going to hear lots of success stories and how to get started with ISAGENIX yourself if you choose to. So thank you for joining me on the call. So my name is Heidi MACALLAN. This is me. I'm a mummy. I've just had my third baby daughter. She's absolutely gorgeous there, little Alani. I've got Samanthi and Nadika. This is my husband, and I work with ISAGENIX alongside them, but run my own business from home. So a little bit about my story is 4 years ago, I was a registered nurse. I just had my second bub. I'd had a lot of fertility treatment to conceive her, and then had a pretty terrible pregnancy. I was working 56 hours a week as a nurse manager, and I'd work extra on the weekend just to kind of make ends meet. Anyone relate? Just making ends meet. But it was very stressful. My husband was working 6 days a week. I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old in care, so they were chronically unwell, and I couldn't be by their bedside. And life, I guess, it wasn't ideal. It wasn't what I expected. I remember my mum always telling me, Heidi, the 30s are the best years of your life. And I hit 30 and I was like, I just want out. You know, this wasn't living to me. You know, we didn't have money to go on holidays. I was just this fat, unhappy mess. But I'd seen a friend on Facebook, and she was doing this silly shake diet. Ever done a silly shake diet before? I'd done plenty of them. And so I watched her for a little while, and I just expected her to fail. I was watching to see when she'd fail, because that would actually make me feel better about myself. But she didn't. And she kept going and she kept going until one day she posted this photo of herself in her skinny jeans, and I wanted in. So I gave ISAGENIX a go. And thank God I did, because I dropped close to 30 kilograms. People were asking me, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I just said, oh, I'm just doing a juice cleanse. I'm just working with a personal trainer. There was no way I was going to give my secret away. But that same friend went to Hawaii, and I realized then that these products were distributed via network marketing. So via distributors like me and some of you on the call here tonight. And so I thought, what could I do at home? You know, as I said, things at home weren't great. Although I'd done all the right things, I'd been to university, I had a steady job, things just weren't happening for me. And so I morphed into where I am today, which is 30 kilos lighter. I was able to leave my nursing career within 12 months. I retired my husband, bought a new house, and we did earn $1 million in 3 years with the company. I've gone on to have our third baby girl, as you can see there, the difference in my pregnancy. So I was able to use the products during my pregnancies. I'm now taking the last 4 kilos off to get another after photo. And my mission in life is to free as many people physically and financially as I can. But tonight, I'm just going to talk to you about the products, because products come first. And 80% of what I do is just helping people get on the products. And I have helped over 25,000 people now, coach them to a healthier way of living. So let's have a look at Australia's health crisis today. Today we're becoming fatter and fatter and fatter and sicker. We have 64% of Australian adults overweight or obese. We're certainly in a health crisis. And me as a registered nurse, I saw this all the time. Cardiovascular disease on the rise, respiratory disease on the rise, diabetes on the rise. In fact, diabetes, we saw an increase of 5.1% of the Australian population. That's 1.2 million more people diagnosed with diabetes from just 2011 to 2014. So we're becoming sicker as a society. Do you know 1 in 3 Australian men and 1 in 4 Australian women will be diagnosed with cancer by the age of 75? So I'm going to ask you, who needs to cleanse? Anyone that drinks water, anyone that breathes air, and anyone that eats. So humans need to cleanse. And 100 years ago, we wouldn't even need to be having this conversation, but advances in technology have seen an increase in unorganic materials in our world and in our bodies. Today, the world we live in are toxic, and toxins are poisons to our bodies. But you know what? Our bodies are pretty clever. Our bodies have got inbuilt filters. They've got filters such as the colon, the lymphatic system, the liver, and all our internal organs have a filtering action. But today, we are bombarded with toxins, artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, household chemicals, preservatives, emulsifiers, pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. You know, just take an average day, okay? I call this the mouse wheel. So we get up in the morning and we take a glass of water. Our water is clean, safe for drinking because it's chlorinated. But chlorine is designed to kill any microorganism, and we're a microorganism. We then shower in that water, and our pores, our skin is our largest organ. We're actually absorbing that chlorine through our skin. We then put on chemicals under our arms, on our face. We get dressed in materials that are man-made and toxic to the body. We then grab a piece of toast and a coffee because that's all we can do. We're busy. Or, you know, you've got the group of people that say, well, I eat really well. Well, do you? Because on conventional fruit and vegetables every year, we're consuming about 3 to 4 litres of pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. We then go to work where we're exposed to environmental toxins such as smog and pollution. We then sit at our desk and we have no energy. Why do we have no energy at 9 a.m. in the morning? In fact, 70% of Australians are feeling some sort of psychological distress right at this very moment. We are exhausted before the day even starts, so we try to stimulate our bodies. And that's why we have 1, 2, 3, 10 coffees a day to be able to try and get ourselves going. We then, at the afternoon slump hits, and we either hit up the caffeine again, or perhaps we hit up the vending machine, chips, chocolate, again, trying to stimulate and get our bodies going. We then try and get to the gym. We've got all good intentions of getting to the gym. However, by the time we get there, we've got no energy to work out, or perhaps because we've just eaten half a Mars bar and a packet of chips. Who cares about that today? Let's start the diet next Monday, and we don't even get there at all. We then go home, and unlike stimulating ourselves all day, we need to wind down, and we generally do that with a glass of alcohol beverage. And then we scroll through Facebook trying to look for the next best fix. Who's dieted before? And then we drag ourselves to bed, so exhausted by the day, and yet we can't sleep, and we toss and turn all night until we fall into that deep, deep sleep, only to be awoken by our alarm. Does this sound familiar? So ISAGENIX is a system. And, you know, the body is so overwhelmed by man-made chemicals, it really doesn't know what to do with them. And so Dr. John Anderson, who you'll see on the screen today, has had over 30 years experience with over 600 nutraceutical companies. So he's worked alongside the most superior scientific committees. And he was in retirement, but he came up with an idea because he had some health challenges himself. His idea was to develop a whole body cleanse, something that had never been done before. So he developed ISAGENIX. And ISAGENIX is a system to clean up the environment, so get rid of the junk, flood the body with 100% of the building blocks that it needs, and balance the body. This would allow the body to stop simply surviving and start thriving. So let's move through these processes. The cleansing. So as I said, the cleansing is already done by our bodies. We've got those inbuilt filters. But what Cleanse for Life does is it goes in and it supercharges the natural detoxification pathways of your body. This cleansing process is done with a rich botanical drink full of herbs that are going to assist you in being able to get rid of these toxins. So first of all, it removes water-soluble toxins. And this can very easily be done with a juice cleanse or a water cleanse. Very easily done. You don't necessarily need ISAGENIX for this. Number two, removing fat-soluble toxins. So the reason why we put on weight is because our body actually harbors and manufactures fat to protect themselves against toxins. And that's why 99% of us that go on a diet to lose weight, regain that weight within two years and add a couple of kilos, because we haven't got to the root cause of why we put on weight, which is toxicity. So ISAGENIX, in the Cleanse for Life, there's a set group of enzymes which allow the fat soluble toxins to be broken down so that they're now readily available as water soluble toxins and can be rinsed out. But thirdly, and this is the most exciting one, is that chelation occurs. And there are herbs in here which actually can remove heavy metals, and that process is called chelation. So we have 100 trillion cells and we absorb things that don't belong. So the cleanse goes in, it opens a cell door, it provides the nutrients or transports the nutrients, but at the same time is pulling out the garbage. And that process, as I said, is called chelation. And that was proven in, we've got 8 peer-reviewed science published articles that prove that ISAGENIX works, so scientific, independent, already published. And one of the studies proved that there was an increase in PCBs, serum PCBs in the ISAGENIX group. And what that means, why that's exciting, is that PCBs is a banned substance. It was banned over 40 years ago, but found in newborn babies today. That's how it's passed down. And what they found is the group that were using ISAGENIX had a higher serum PCB, meaning it was actually taking the PCB out of the cell and it was now readily available in the serum for the body to then get rid of. So the second, once we've cleansed, we need to nourish, and this is the ISALEAN shake. And I had a lot of objections about the ISALEAN shake. I'd done shakes before. I didn't think they were sustainable. They all tasted terrible. It was a fad. You're going to put the weight back on. I had them absolutely all. But what we realized is that foods today are calorie dense and nutritionally very poor. The body can't live without the 40 micronutrients, essential minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, and vitamins. And as discussed before, all the pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides that we use, it's not only dangerous because we're consuming them, it's also dangerous because it's damaged the ecosystem. So the earthworms or the microorganisms that were once there that broke down the rocks to become water-soluble minerals for the plants to uptake are not there anymore. A rock cannot become a mineral unless it becomes water-soluble and it's broken down. So already we are missing trace minerals and vitamins in our food. And then we go dieting, where we take out whole food groups, which again then leaves our body starving of these essential vitamins. So the ISALEAN shake is a perfect combination of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Yes, ladies, we need carbohydrates. We need fats. We also need the 27 trace minerals and vitamins. We've got pre and probiotics, so it's excellent for your digestive health. It's also got live digestive enzymes, which help transport the minerals around your body. So what we're actually getting is a superfood smoothie. So every single day, my kids start their day with an ISALEAN shake. Not because I need them to lose weight, because I can't put the nutrient value that the shake has in a cereal bowl or in the toaster in the morning. And if you have a look at the diagram there, that's not what our shake tastes like. I promise we haven't put a steak in there, but it gives you an idea of the actual foods that you would need to consume in order to get the nutrient value that's in a 240 calorie shake. So when people are needing to lose weight, they absolutely thrive on the ISAGENIX shake because it's giving the body the dense nutrients in a lower calorie. However, for someone like me or that is going on to a maintenance system or perhaps trying to build muscle, this shake just simply plugs the nutritional deficits that are in our foods. Make sense? So we've cleansed, we've nourished, now we need to balance the body. And I'm not going to go through every vitamin and mineral that comes in your first pack, but I do want to mention this one, which is Ionic Supreme. And Ionic Supreme is an adaptogen-packed liquid. And adaptogens do exactly how they sound. They adapt to what the body requires. The adaptogens in here, such as Shilajit, will go in and they'll hear your body what it needs. And they're specially designed to cope with stress When we are stressed, when we are sleep deprived, and a lot of us live in a constant state of stress where we actually don't even recognize that we're stressed anymore. It's those people that kind of lie awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's a clear classic stress symptom. But we produce a hormone called cortisol. And cortisol is a stress hormone, and cortisol will prevent weight loss as well. It'll also make you quite a reactive person. So Ionic Supreme is a tonic that we take once, twice, or 3 times a day, but generally just once when you're starting. That'll help calm your nervous system. So we have some stories, and the first one here, I'd love to bring up the beautiful Christina. Look at that body. Are you on, Christina?
Hello.
Hey.
I sure am.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh.
Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I did unmute myself. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah? Okay, I'll just start talking. Can you hear me, Heidi?
We can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Milika, are you there, Milika?
We could all hear Christina.
Hello?
Heidi, can you hear me? Oh, no.
No, she can't hear us.
She can't hear us.
Can you go?
Yeah, I can hear you guys, but it sounds like Heidi can't.
Yeah, I don't think Heidi can hear anybody. Hides, can you hear any of us?
Has anyone typed it in the conversation?
Okay, I'm here. I've got it. It's a good idea to take myself off mute, probably. Okay, Milika.
Hi, guys. So, yeah, I started ISAGENIX in June of last year. I guess I started because I was, like, super depressed, coming out of a bad breakup, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, as a woman, you tend to eat your feelings. As a result, I actually ate my way through gaining an extra 15 kilos. So, you know, kind of reached out and went, listen, somebody take my money. I need to get my health into gear. I wasn't fully convinced it was a shake diet, but I just needed something to kickstart what I was doing. But after my first 30 days, I was super amazed because I had actually lost 10.8 kilos in my first 30 days. And now as it stands, where I am coming up to a year, I've lost 32 kilos. I'm in my 3rd IsaBody challenge. And I guess with using the products, I've gotten a lot more mental clarity. You know, obviously the physical results are there, but I've become part of this amazing community of supporting people. So, you know, ISAGENIX has essentially changed my life.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you. We'll just go back to Christina because she's like got the hottest body in the world. Look at that.
I wouldn't go that far. It's been a great journey. Hey, everybody. Before I started this program, you can see me down in the bottom right-hand corner there. I was just bloated, over 40, looking at the mirror at myself. I'm a mum of 3 little boys and had been trying to do a bit of exercise. I always felt I ate healthy. And I just thought this is where I blow out and get old. So I was open to trying the program, but I was definitely skeptical. And the first 30 days was amazing. So a lot of bloating went away, and my body shape changed. It was fantastic, the energy I got, and I just felt so much happier. So I knew I wasn't going to stop. And then I found the IsaBody challenge, and if you haven't, I just recommend everyone start on the IsaBody challenge. It's one thing I wish I had done, and now I'm a big fan of start, complete, repeat. So I just started to exercise, really doing the system as it was intended, cleansing once a week, and wow, that's what happened. Went on to compete in the INBA. I never thought I would be in a bikini on stage, and I won a few medals last year. I got 4th at the Nationals, and yeah, just on top of the world. And they're really passionate about helping people just feel amazing and fit, and changing how we grow old. Like, I just love the idea of growing older with a waistline and with energy, with muscle tone, you know, so super excited.
Amazing. And you even get a tan when you use ISAGENIX.
Yeah.
Nicole.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? All right, so I started ISAGENIX in September last year. I was actually an old neighbour of Heidi's and had watched her for 4 years before I finally said yes. Before I was very, very sceptical. I was a very tired single mum with 2 little boys. I had no energy, a baby who never slept. I just had lots of toxic fat that I couldn't get rid of, and I didn't know how to get rid of it. In my first 6 weeks, I lost 15 kilos and 80 centimetres off my body. And I just have so much energy and so much motivation to do things. I'm working out every single day because I want to, and I never thought that would be me. And just feel so good all the time. It's not something that I'm used to, but and now I'm building the business as well. So it's really changed my life. It's been amazing. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Thank you. Tom, you stud muffin.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ken, darling. Whipped cream.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honoured. I'm really excited. Okay, so before I started and got introduced to ISAGENIX, I was that chicken, brown rice and steamed veggies kind of guy, 5 times a day. I was doing a lot to try and feel the best I could. I was working shift work, so I was thrown out a little bit. But you can see on the left, my digestion and bloating, it was like I just couldn't get control of it, no matter how clean and unprocessed I actually ate. So when I was introduced to ISAGENIX, I had already tried all the other products in the store, and I was skeptic. I was president of the Skeptic Club, and to be honest, I only tried ISAGENIX to prove it wrong, and because I knew it wasn't going to work in my mind, because I was eating so clean. However, I did give it a go, and day 6, I remember I woke up and I felt a shift.
Oh, we've lost him. Well, I can tell from your pictures there, Tom,
It
you
was
look
the first
pretty awesome.
up and not dragged myself.
Hey.
Sorry, I think we've got some internet problems there, Tom. So, Ange.
Cool. So as you can see from the photo on the left, it makes me kind of laugh looking at that, or kind of more elated. That was 3 years ago this month, actually. And before I started on the product, I spent a couple of years of pulling, wearing caftans and maxi dresses and pulling tops off my spare tire, and just feeling, really sad and really self-conscious. I was introduced to ISAGENIX by a good friend of mine who was a personal trainer who looked absolutely hot, and remember saying to her, I need to have what you've got. So after my first 30 days, I was reasonably active throughout all of my life, and within that first 30 days I'd lost 8 kilos, but I just got my mojo back for exercise, and after 90 days had lost 15 kilos and have gone on to do some pretty crazy, I walked Oxfam twice, I've just done my first triathlon on Saturday, and just have, this amazing opportunity now to be able to push my body to see what is physically possible, and would never, ever have thought 3 years ago that this is where I'd be today. And just look, like I look at that photo now, I think, God, like I look, now I think 10 years younger than I did 3 years ago. So feeling fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks, Ange. I don't know who's drawing on the screen, but stop it.
Not
Cassandra. Cass, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can.
Hello. Okay, good. Sorry, really bad reception, so just cut me off if it starts glitching on you. So, yeah, hi everyone, I'm Kat. Now, look, I've been using ISAGENIX since August after seeing some amazing results from friends over a 3-year period, believe it or not. Look, I was one of those biggest skeptics sitting on the fence, watching everybody, you know, tone up, abs cranking, the galore. So, look, basically what held me back, what my biggest reason for holding me back was a simple fact that I couldn't justify spending any money on myself. I would feel like I was being, you know, selfish from, you know, actually spending money on myself and my health. And, you know, obviously dipping into the family, you know, budget and, you know, and the money there, you know, I just couldn't justify it at the time, being busy mum, working, you know, full on as well too. You know, I was so much more concerned about my family than my own health. So look, you know, unfortunately, I did hit my rock bottom. I was definitely gaining the kilos. It all really spiraled out of control after I had my 4th knee reconstruction on both knees at the same time. So unfortunately, I became a little bit of a cripple, a little bit of a hindrance to myself. And look, it wasn't the fact I was eating poorly. I always did have a very good, or what I thought was very good, nutritional background as well. I used to always be a very fit girl. I never had weight problems when I was younger, but at that point I certainly did. So look, I certainly have seen both spectrums, and I've gone through it both, bit of a roller coaster ride. But look, I bit the bullet, took the plunge with my partner as well, a bit of a secret squirrel when I started. I had amazing mentors and a support group as well too. In health. Everybody who I've met through there have just become family. I did just jump right into my 16-week ISAGENIX challenge with a big, no excuses policy. So I had committed 110% that I was going to do this because I wanted to be honest with myself. You know, if I was to share this with people and if this did work for me, I was going to be honest about that. So look, from doing that, I released close to 20 kilos in my first 16 weeks. I gained an incredible amount of energy. Look, I slept like a baby for the first time in probably a good 11 and a half years. I basically am not restricted by my body anymore. I can actually move. I had clearance from my doctor to commence gym after obviously having my knee surgery. So that was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders to be able to start moving and move my booty around the place. So I was pretty stoked about that. And look, at the end of the day, now I look at it and I realised, you know, I can't put a price tag on health. You know, I overcame any doubts immediately as I just started placing this food into my mouth. So I love the fact that I'm now nourishing my body. It's just been totally life-changing. Definitely the best decision I've ever made. And now my partner's joining me and my friends as well too. So I can't say any more.
Thanks so much. Eve.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I've been using ISAGENIX for about nine months now. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can.
Okay. As you can see, I had a bit of a pot belly issue. I'd tried every diet and cleanse and so on to shift that pot belly. I would lose weight, but I could never get rid of that. And I always had terrible digestion issues. I've seen specialists and doctors and no one could sort of get to the bottom of that. So, which was really frustrating me. Didn't have the best eating habits. I was a meal skipper. And I would just survive on coffee basically and sugar. So I would just, you know, pick myself up with coffee and then I would crash and just have another coffee. I was, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 coffees a day. I watched I was then introduced to ISAGENIX by my cousin who I'd seen have phenomenal results. And when she actually mentioned, you know, that it was meal replacement shakes, I just went, nah, no way, not interested. You can't, you know, you've got to chew your food, you can't drink your food. And then, you know, meanwhile, fast forward a year later, she was still looking amazing. And then I'd been packed on the weight and I was the heaviest I'd ever got to. I was under a lot of stress and I'd been comfort eating and comfort drinking more wine at night. So then she actually put a post on Facebook saying a lot of people have been asking me about what I have been doing. Is any, you know, who's interested? And I just went, right, yep, okay, tell me about it. And so I started the system, and on day 9, I woke up before the alarm, which had never happened before. I was always dragging my butt out of bed. And I was just like being wide awake, and I had so much energy. I shifted the weight that I was wanting to shift, but it was that shift in energy that I hadn't counted on. I was, I'm nudging 50, got 3 kids. I just thought I was always going to be tired, always going to be having, at least 5 kilos more than I wanted. And so that's been the most exciting thing. And I've kicked my coffee reliance and my sugar cravings. And I maintained my weight, and I'm spending a lot less now than I was before, and my health is 1,000 times better. So I'm eternally grateful to my cousin.
Thanks. We're just going to whiz through the next couple. Just give me a couple of Michelle. Obviously, you've transformed. Just give me a couple of words of how you feel now.
Oh, wow, a few words. So I've gone from totally sleep deprived to an incredible sound, restorative sleep, abundant bounce out of bed energy. From someone that struggled to get out of bed over about 3 years ago. And now I just feel I've just got my zest for life back. Now I'm living to the full. I'm getting married in November. I'm helping other people, loving life.
Thanks, Michelle.
I got some muscle.
Shandelle, you've had a great transformation. Can you tell me a little bit about your story just quickly?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I reached out to HEIDI just over 2 years ago. I'd seen a post on Facebook, and it was about, all this nutritional value in one shake. At my heaviest, I was 138 kilos. So I was a yo-yo dieter, and I tried everything, and I decided 8 years ago to get the lap band surgery. So I had, 8 years of restricted food intake, and I'd lost 60 kilos, but that left my body absolutely nutritionally starving. I felt terrible, and I was tired, and I had no energy, and everyone was always commenting about the dark circles under my eyes. I ordered my 30-day pack, and I thought, here goes nothing. I was quite skeptical that, these shakes could actually make a difference to my body. All I can say is, wow, my body responded really well. I woke up for the first time in years. That's the only way I can explain it. I was bouncing out of bed, and the dark circles were gone, and I dropped 6 kilos in my first 30 days. Shortly after, I fell pregnant, and I continued to use the products during the pregnancy. But once I had bubs, I went on and did the Eyes of Body challenge, and there my challenge photos there, and I lost 13 kilos. My health and my family, it's just changed our lives completely.
Thanks, Shandelle. And Dave?
There we go. Hello, how are you?
Hey, good, mate.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, just quickly share a little bit about yourself.
Just, 4 years ago, started using the products. My wife just told me I need to change, so I listened. And that's what happens when you look at the screen there. I just got more energy back. I just got back into fitness and health, became a really great role model for my kids. I just got my passion back for life. And life's just pretty epic, basically.
Yeah, you got abs. You got abs.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. So, I'm just muting you all. Okay, so that gets me to why network marketing. So why do we distribute our products this way? And it comes up a lot, and I'd just like to get the elephant out of the room. So basically, John Anderson knew that studies proved that peer support health change is just as effective as professional support health change. So he knew that when changing a lifestyle, someone needed a support system. And how many times have we tried a diet Monday, Tuesday, we've fallen off by Wednesday, and we're starting something new on Monday? I mean, that's a pattern that 99% of us would go through. But had we had a support person on Wednesday getting us through, would we have actually changed our life? And that is a testament to why I'm here today, because I had a little bit of a rocky 30-day start. He also, the reason John Anderson was in retirement, as I mentioned before, was because he became really disgruntled with the industry. He was disgruntled because he would provide a perfect synergy or perfect vitamin, and what would happen is they would chop and change and compromise the ingredients to increase profit margin. So we were left with he was left marketing substandard products. So ISAGENIX, he knew that network marketing allowed him not only to pair someone with a support person, but also to ensure that the quality would always be of best quality. And that's our non-compromise policy that we have with ISAGENIX. So Live Life, Live Free, why you would want to join our team is that our team at the moment stands at 25,000 people. We have around 100 to 200 people joining our team every single month. We have very experienced coaches. We have recipe plans, we have workouts, we have inspiration. We love you and we get you the best possible results. So how you get started with ISAGENIX is you can buy your products 3 different ways. So you can buy them at retail, or you could buy them as a preferred customer. And as a preferred customer, you pay a $50 membership fee, which lasts you 12 months, and you get 25% off that retail pricing. So an excellent deal. Although most of the people sign up using option 3, which is a preferred customer on the auto ship rewards program. Now you only pay $25 to sign up with this one, although in most packs it comes free of charge, and you're going to get 30% off for the next 12 months until you choose or choose not to renew your membership. So there's lots of different systems, and I can't go through all of them tonight, but we like to start you on a 30-day system. And the reason we start you on a 30-day system is that we don't imagine that you're going to get healthy in 30 days and that's it. Okay, there is ongoing maintenance, which most people spend around $6 to $8 a day maintaining their results. But we want to race you to your goals. We want to be able to reboot your system. And this is a system. Remember how I said John Anderson developed a system. It needed to nourish, it needed to balance, it needed to cleanse. And so all these systems allow you to do that. It's just the level of support. So if you look at the ultimate pack, it's your ultimate experience. There's your snacks even included in this. It really takes all the guesswork out. It has a complete essentials, which is your complete vitamin range and your antioxidant range. It has all the products I spoke about. It's got e-shots for energy, which I haven't had a chance to speak about, but it's your ultimate experience. That one's going to cost you around $25 a day when you break it down and has free membership. When you look at your premium pack, which is the mid-range pack, some of your snacks, 75% of the vitamin range, and again, everything to cleanse, nourish your body system. And then there is a basic pack. This basic pack is aimed at people that are just basically trying to lose weight. I would really recommend, if you have some energy goals, to really try and look at that premium pack, which is going to kind of cost you around $20 a day. But the basic pack will cost you around $15 a day. So there are your 3 options. We do like I like to teach my people to give up coffee, and a lot of people are probably gawking at that right now. But coffee will cost you about $5 a day if you're having one, or $10 if you're having 2. So that will pay predominantly for your pack for your first 30 days. And there is a reason why you're needing stimulating. There is a reason why you need your coffee. So how I coach is, for your first 30 days, let's try and get it out of your diet. And then after that, moving forward, let's introduce it, but just for pleasure rather than necessity. So you're guaranteed results with ISAGENIX. They stand by their products, they stand by their packs, they stand by their system. And ISAGENIX will offer you your money back if you're not completely satisfied. So within your first 30 days, if you don't get the results that you want to get, if you don't like the taste, if any reason you don't like the color of the packaging, you can box it back up and send it back and get a full refund. So you don't just get your products, you get a sponsor. So whoever's invited you on the call here tonight, they're going to be your support person alongside the other thousands of people that are sitting in your cleansing support group right now. And you really do need that support person, because, as I said, it comes as a 30-day system. It does come with a guide. However, how people use the system can differ depending on their goals and their lifestyle. So you really do need that person that is experienced, that's able to take you through the system, make sure that you're going to get the best possible results. So I just want to say that there are a lot of opinions about what we put in our mouth. And for me, I had a lot of opinions, and hence why I kind of kept it to myself for a good 3 months, because I wasn't even sure it was going to work for me. But I think you get to a stage in your life, or you get a stage in your health, and you realize that you just have to make a change for you based on the information that you've heard tonight, based on the information that you maybe sent from someone that's invited you on the call tonight, or based on the opinions of other people. But make sure that you just do make a decision for you at the end of the day. And really, what have you got to lose? You get your money back if it doesn't work for you. But I guarantee you that ISAGENIX works for everybody, and you will feel like a new person when you give your body everything it needs. So ISAGENIX does not claim here tonight to cure, treat, or prevent any disease or disorder. But when you give your body what it needs, I've seen truly miracles occur. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you for everyone that shared their story. It's given everybody, I'm sure, a lot of hope that, they can change their health. They can change their future. And the person that invited you on here tonight, you can ask questions to them, or you can also get in contact with me if you have further questions after this webinar. So thank you all for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you on board. Love you lots. Bye.
Thanks, Heidi.